Kalpana asked me to talk about beyond diversity. Beyond diversity, what does that mean? Well, first of all, when I look out in this room, it is a diverse room. And this is what I hope, long after I'm gone, is a very common occurrence in every room, whether it's in politics, in journalism, in tech, in any sector you can think of. I hope that this is what the world looks like and that we achieve the goals that many of us in this room have fought for most of our adult lives. And listen, I like to talk straight. I do it on TV. I get in trouble. You can tell my voice is a little bit raspy because I've been yelling on television. But next year is going to be a consequential year for the United States of America. We're going to elect a president. I don't know who it's going to be. But I think we can all agree in this room that our country is deeply divided right now. And I don't think there's a more important issue before all of us than the blessing of our diversity. Our founding motto of this great nation, 1780, Charles Thompson, who was assigned this task by Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and others, and they said, give us a national motto. And our national motto is E pluribus unum, out of many, one. And when I look at this room, that's what I see. I see the great diversity, but if we're talking about beyond diversity, then let's talk about that for just a moment. Diversity is the easy part, am I right? Because we can hire a bunch of people that look different than us and speak different than us and have different experiences than us, but the real challenge and test, particularly those of you I'm talking to in this room who are in Fortune 100 companies and big defense contractors and government agencies, the diversity part is easy. I would like to see us make progress on the inclusion and equity part. And that's where we need the work. We all know that the Supreme Court this past June had a series of cases about university admissions. And they said that affirmative action as it applies to race being a factor no longer can be used. Now, what's happened, and again, the lawyer in me wants to come out and say, I need you to be clear, that was in academia, that was in college admissions. But what's happened is we have people in this country who have extrapolated that out. Am I right? And some of the attorney generals in this country have actually filed lawsuits, have sent letters threatening big companies in the Fortune 25, the Fortune 50, and saying, you better not be violating what the Supreme Court said. First of all, they have no idea what they're talking about. But secondly, because affirmative action in university admissions has nothing to do with contracting and other things. That's another conversation for another day. But what I want you to understand is many of you in this room have been working in this DEI sector for the last 25, 30 years or more. You got an 8A contract. You started as a small minority-owned business or a woman-owned business. And that's how you got your start. And there's an old song by James Brown. I don't know if you know who James Brown is. But he says, I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door. I get it myself. And I think that's the motto of everybody here. Just open the door and I can walk through it. I can run through it. I can achieve success. So beyond diversity, Kalpana, means that the people in this room, one of the things I'm deeply touched by as I'm here tonight is seeing how you take care of each other. You lift as you climb. You turn the dollar over in your own community 20 times or more. Some of us need to learn how to do that in our communities. But it's very important that so-called marginalized groups begin to take your place at the table. Stop asking for your place. Take your place. Create your businesses. Build wealth. Create generational wealth. That's what beyond diversity looks like. It's about equity. I don't need anybody to give me equity. Just open up the door. I can get it myself. But be inclusive, and that means of all of us. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. Thank you. Good night.